So basically, with FC26, and it was exactly the same for FC25, there are two problems. So the first one is if you make any transfers, offline transfers, um, to your teams, you cannot change anything because there's an issue with the tactics in the back end. So, for example, let me show you here. So, here for West Ham, I've made some transfers, I've moved some players out, and I've added my own created players in here. But now I'm not able to make any changes to the team. I even tried to swap players around in the starting 11, Mavropanos for Kilman, but nothing is actually happening. There's no changes. And the second problem is also with the tactics. If you make any tactical changes, as I will show you here, so for example, for West Ham, they're playing in a 4-5-1, and I wanted to put it into a 4-3-3, and it had all of my creative players in the team. And then when I restart the game, you can see now it's restored to the default. All my creative players are in the starting lineup. You can change, but it will just reset. And this is a team that has not had any transfers. So that's the first problem. And then the second problem is to do with creative player. So since FC25, for some reason, they've decided to put a 50 player limit on creative player, which never existed before. You used to be able to create unlimited players, and I really don't understand because what bigger issue does this cause? It just makes the game worse for offline players like myself. The creative player in general is just a completely neglected part of the game. You cannot edit players after creating them, you have to apply mods like this one. And the only real additions that we've had over the years are hairstyles. Well, we haven't really had hairstyles. The only hairstyles we've had are the Volta hairstyles. And these are kind of weird, silly, unrealistic type of hairstyles. As you can see here, these are the same short hairstyles that we've had for so long. And the only real new ones that we've had in recent years are these ones here. And these are quite like anime, unrealistic. Like you don't really see players having this hairstyle. So it doesn't really add anything to this feature. The only real addition that we have had over the years, well, it's come in the last 2 years since they've had this 50 player block, is this cranium. Now, cranium, you can create so many cool, realistic looking faces. I'm going to create just the most ridiculous, weird looking face just to demonstrate that even the mods cannot save this feature because here I'm using the unlock player editor to edit Cheeto Obi, and I thought perhaps a way around the 50 player limit was to use an editor unlock player editor mod like this to basically edit the lowest rated generic face players in the game as a way to bypass the 50 player limit. But as I'm going to show you, it doesn't work. So just to show that this is a face that we can clearly tell if it's worked or not. And let me show you. So if we go back and check to see if these cranium face edits have been saved, to see if the way to bypass it works, bypass the limit is successful, but no. Any face changes that you make to players using the extended play editor doesn't save. As you can see, this is what it should look like. So this is a problem that can't even be saved by the mods. For me, the conclusion I kind of come to with all of this is that games and football games especially are really just going backwards. Simple features like changing the tactics, swapping players around, transferring players to another team, creating players. You just can't even do the most basic simple features anymore. And the tactics one, the problems with swapping players around, this has been a bug that has been here for 2 game cycles now. It's been here since the start of FC25, there were so many people on the forums who had this issue, and EA help were just ignoring us. There was nobody replying in the end, saying that the team is looking into it. And 2 games later, this is still a problem. And last year, I managed to get this game refunded because of this. It's not working as it was supposed to. So I claimed it under their warranty. Um, and I'm wondering if I should do it again this year because the game is just going so far backwards. The way I like to play this game is just nearly impossible. So I hope they make a change. Maybe I'll wait it out for a little bit. And I just hope we all can make enough noise for this kind of for these bugs. They only seem to pay attention to Ultimate Team. So let's watch this space and hopefully they'll fix it.